What's good? Trey Morgan here, coming to you with this quick video. This is how to develop inner game confidence. All right. If you don't know what inner game is, basically you have two types of game. You have outer game and you have inner game. Outer game is basically the things that you say, things that you do, the tactics and strategies you use when you are gaming and picking up women. Inner game is basically the things inside of you that allows your game to basically be on a certain level. So for example, like a form of inner game would be like your confidence, your self-esteem, your beliefs, your internal beliefs, your thoughts, the things that you're thinking, basically your outlook on life. Are you optimistic or are you pessimistic? All those things are what make up your inner game. So you gotta have, in order to have a strong inner game, you gotta know, basically what exactly you need to do to develop that inner game. And if you don't have inner game and you try to do outer game, like, pick up lines and all that stuff, you're not gonna see that great results, because the inner game is what women really respond to. It's like your energy, the way you're saying things, the way you're doing things. And, so you got to have solid inner game. So let's go over how you could develop inner game confidence. All right. So the first thing you got to do is improve your self-esteem. All right. Your self-esteem is basically, how you feel about yourself, what you think about yourself, your basically how much you like yourself. So in order to have high self-esteem, you have to be the person you want to be. That's like, if you have a picture in your head of the type of person you want to be, you should be living like that person now. Okay. Even if you don't necessarily have all the external, maybe materialistic things or just the external, situation that you want. If you are living like that person, the externals will come, so if you, for example, if you see yourself as a rich person, as somebody who should have a lot of money and who should have nice cars and stuff like that, in order for you to have high self-esteem, you have to live your life in a way where you are moving towards that. So if you want to be rich, you have to be taking action daily to become rich. Because if you feel like that's the person you should be and you're not living like that, your self-esteem is going to be low. So basically your self-esteem, people who have low self-esteem is because they don't like who they are. They're not being the person that they feel they should be. They're not handling life the way that they should. And because of that, their self-esteem is low. They basically feel like they can't handle life. So in order for you to have high self-esteem, which, plays a big part in your inner game confidence, you have to be the person you want to be. So you have to take responsibility for your life, and whatever you want, you have to go and get it. You have to make it happen yourself. The whole waiting for things to happen and just sitting back and hoping and praying that things go the way you want. That's not a way to build your self-esteem. You know what I mean? Because basically what you're saying is things are out of your control. And you're just hoping and praying that things will work out. There's nothing wrong with hoping and praying, but you should be taking initiative. You should be out there taking action. You should be assertive, moving towards your goals. If you want beautiful women in your life, you should be taking responsibility for that. You should be taking the necessary steps to make that happen. Okay. And one of those things is being a person you want to be. Whatever you like to do, go and do that. You know what I'm saying? Whatever lifestyle you want to live, go and make that happen. Take the necessary steps to make it happen. Even if you got to get pushed through some obstacles, tackle your fears. There's a lot of times people have low self-esteem is because they have fears and limiting beliefs that they let control them. And so they kind of just stay in this little box, but they want to go outside the box. They want more. They want more out of life. They want more happiness, but they're not willing to tackle their fears. So they stay in the box, and their self-esteem gets lower and lower and lower until basically their self-esteem is non-existent. This is super unattractive to women. Women want men who have high self-esteem, because there's a lot of women out there who they want higher self-esteem. They want, they want to be around somebody who's positive, who can lift them up, who can make them better, increase their quality of life. So if your self-esteem is low and you have low self-belief and you're low, bad self-image, and you're going to go and approach a beautiful woman, she's going to look at you and be like, why would I want to be with you? Like, what? You have low self-esteem. You don't even like yourself. Why should I like you? You know what I mean? So these three things right here, if you do these three things, you will improve your self-esteem. If you start living life the way you want to be, being the person that you want to be now, so start taking those actions. If you see yourself as a cool guy, start being cool. Start doing cool things. If you see yourself as somebody who should be in shape, go get in shape. If you see yourself as somebody who should be really smart and have a lot of book knowledge, then go and read some books. Whatever it is that you see yourself as, go and do that. All right. Take responsibility for your life. Don't blame anything on anybody or any other external circumstance. You take full responsibility of your life and make stuff happen. Tackle your fears daily, whatever you're afraid of. I'm not talking about like fears like that won't benefit you if you overcome them. Like, if you're afraid of lions, that's fine. You don't have to like go out there and like try to overcome your fear of lions unless you really want to. But like, if you're afraid of like stuff that you shouldn't be afraid of, like for example, you're afraid of approaching women, that's something you need to handle. You should be going out and approaching women. If you're okay with if you're okay with being afraid of approaching women, then that's fine. But like, if that's something you're not okay with, that you feel as though you should be able to approach women, you need to handle that. You can't just have that problem and just let it stay there and think that your self-esteem is not going to be affected by that. It will. All right. Tackle your fears with women. Okay. So your fears with women, this is a specific part of inner game. It's like, when it comes to women, we all have different fears. Maybe a fear of approaching, maybe a fear of being vulnerable, maybe a fear of just messing up, maybe a fear of saying the wrong thing, doing the wrong thing, fear of looking stupid, whatever it is. You have to tackle these fears because your inner game is based on your confidence and your competence with women. And the only way to develop that is to overcome your fears, because when you're in fear, you are not going to be able to operate at a high level, as effective as you should. So what you need to do to tackle your fears with women, approach women consistently. You should be talking to women on a consistent basis. It shouldn't be a big deal. If you're talking to one woman a month, of course you're going to be afraid, because it's a big deal. You only do it once a month. If you do it every day, now it's not a big deal. All right. Get references, go out there, talk to a lot of different women, get rejected, get accepted, go on dates, get phone numbers. And there's a lot of bullshit that comes with it too. Like, you are going to get rejected. You are going to get flakes. You are going to have women that will tell you one thing, do another thing. All these things are going to happen, but you're going to get all these references and you're going to see patterns and you're going to become a lot more, just more competent, more confident around women. All right. Learn to manage and overcome your anxieties. So there's different anxieties. Like I said, the anxieties and fears that we have with women. Some of them you can get rid of completely if you really expose yourself to it enough times. Some of them, they kind of stay there, like the approach anxiety, the anxiety that comes with approaching women. That's something that's always there, but you can learn to manage it and overcome it. And this is basically by references and by taking action consistently. The more you're exposed to it, the more it's no longer a big deal. You know how to handle it. And, you just tell yourself, okay, I've done this before. I know what to do. Just go and approach her. You know what I mean? All right. And then lastly, develop a sense of power. So prove to yourself that you're good at something. We as humans, we want to feel like we're good at something. We want to feel like we have value. So figure out what it is what's your superpower? What is the thing that you do? What makes you cool? What makes you unique? Is it your sense of humor? Is it your style? Is it your skills? Is it whatever it is, find something that you're good at and just like do it, immerse yourself in it, get really good at it, and be proud that you have some form of value that you can present to the universe. Get little successes and build upon them, so this is, approaching women, if you're starting out, working on eye contact, working on just basic conversation, and focus on courage, not confidence. Feel the fear and be able to still approach, You know what I mean? That's to me, that's more impressive than confidence. You know, being able to approach, even when you're feeling fear, that's tough to do. You know what I mean? So that's courage. Too many people focusing on confidence, focus on courage, focus on not feeling like doing something and still doing it anyway, you know, because that's what's going to develop the confidence. All right. So those are basically, you know, things that you need to do if you want to develop your inner game confidence. If you want more information on, you know, things you can do to improve your game and be more attractive to women and get better results with women, go to legitgame.com. I have articles over there. I have some of my best ebooks that I've written that give you different tips and advice cues to attract women. And I also have a program where we can work together, and I will help you with your sticking points and basically take your game to the next level. Start getting the results that you want fast. All right. Thanks for watching this video. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.